Hello, my name is Ryan Harper, and I'm the host of Reporter's Notebook. And today we had the talented Caitlin Richards, who is our nighttime reporter here at WNCT. And Caitlin, can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Hello, audience out there. My name is Caitlin Richards, and I am the Nightside reporter right now. And so I'm just so excited to be here and talk a little bit more about myself and whatever questions Ryan asks, so you guys get to know me a little better.
Great. Now, you've been here since 2021. How much has changed from then to now? Because you survived through COVID here in reporting. What was that like?
I think COVID was lifting. I think we were out of the pandemic when I got back here. I flew straight in from London where I was getting my master's. And so survived the whole pandemic. And it was interesting starting here because I had very little camera experience in coming into WNCT. And so a lot of people think, oh, you got your master's, you went to graduate school, you know everything about journalism. And while it was more research focused based and my little flat during the pandemic, I was more researching, writing, and reading. I had very, very, very little camera experience. So coming straight in to a full-time job at WNCT, I really wanted to grow and learn the hands-on reporter side of things and not just the research-based journalism side of things. And so I hit the ground running, and so I absolutely love it. Didn't slow down. Went from dayside reporter to nightside reporter, where it's more of the breaking news, I guess. You still have feature stories, some soft and hard news, but then breaking news when it happens and council meetings and all that fun stuff.
So since you've been here, I've taken a look at some of your work, and you've done everything. You've been an anchor, morning side anchor, nighttime reporter, daytime. What is your favorite shift to work?
Nightside.
Really?
Hands down, nightside. I love it. If I could keep this schedule, a lot of people get moved around in news. It's just what happens. But if I could keep the schedule I have now, I would not complain at all. I absolutely love nightside. The mornings I do my own thing and go ahead and start researching stories and seeing who I can contact about those stories and do my personal stuff and then hit the ground running once I get in. And I just love going to those council meetings or school board meetings or whatever the case may be, breaking news, got to grab the live TVU gear and just head out there. I like the pace of nightside.
So since you've been here since 2021 and you like the nighttime reporting, what has something that you've done recently, like you covered it, sort of kind of was different from everything else?
I think the one that was completely different from everything else, it was also it was kind of dayside and nightside, but it was a standoff between somebody was in a house here in Pitt County, and so they were just waiting for this man to come out of the house, and just being right there kind of lined up with the other media that was out there. And just knowing it's one of those times, it was one of my first experiences with it really being like breaking news. Like nobody knew what was going on. And it was kind of like an adrenaline rush because you have all these people walking around you with really big guns. And it looks kind of scary, but to be there as a reporter and know when the sheriff comes and gives the statement, we're gathering that news and delivering it to the public first. And so I really, really enjoy that because that's my favorite part of journalism is to be right there on the scene and know we're gathering the information and you can trust us with the information to give it to you first. And so while it was a little bit of a scary situation, I would say it's completely different than what I've done so far. But I just love being right there in the middle of the action, seeing what kind of happens and then just giving it to the public.
So I remember watching that live as it was happening, and I was just like, man, that's some determination. Everybody was there together, and you got your mics with Sheriff Dance, and the reporting was immaculate, to say the least. And I say this every time I'm here with somebody else, one of my coworkers, but I'm always a fan of your work, and it's nice to see. You put all the time and effort in, so when the moment comes, you're ready, you're there, you got everything together. Was that a little bit intimidating going live with a situation like that?
It was. Well, thank you first off for talking about my reporting. I appreciate it so much. That's very kind. It is intimidating. I would say just trying to, you never know when you're going to get information. So you could get it at, like, our deadline for Dayside is 4:30 p.m. And so I was out there Dayside. And so you never know if you're going to get the information at 4 o'clock or 4:20, and it's going to be a crunch time to put the piece together. Or if you get it at 2 o'clock and you're just trying to get a really well-balanced story and then air that for the 5:30, and 6 p.m. And so it's a little bit intimidating being out there because other media's out there. We're all doing our thing, working hard. But then so much, you never know how somebody could take your story, or neighbors. There were a lot of neighbors out there that day. And so kind of seeing them watch us, just making sure we have the story factual always, but then also protecting our own safety. And so it was, that was the thing that was a little bit hard being out there. It's okay, like a lot of the security, a lot of the sheriff deputies, FBI, they've kind of left the scene. There were a couple undercover deputies out there, but for the most part, a lot of security had left the scene. So it was not only focusing on getting the factual story out there, but also kind of watching my back and safety, because you never know how people are going to take just media being on the scene in general.
Right. Now, since you're here, you have a beat day today. Is there anything interesting going on?
Oh, that's what I'm digging up right now. I'm trying to find those interesting stories to bring to Channel 9. I think April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and so that's huge. About every 92 seconds here in the United States, someone gets sexually assaulted. And so I'm kind of working on trying to dig deeper into that, and kind of how's Eastern North Carolina providing resources here for victims, and how are they trying to teach people how to spot or like protect themselves. I know we have ECU here, college campuses. The statistics show that sexual assault's a little bit higher on college campuses. So what are we trying to do right here to prevent sexual assaults? I'm also doing, working on an investigative piece. And so hopefully that pans out. Hopefully you all will hear more about this. So got a lot going on.
Right. Well, it's a pleasure speaking with you. I'm glad you had the time to speak with me today with your live reporting, your nighttime reporting. Where can people find you if they want to stay up to date with your whereabouts?
Facebook. I have a professional Facebook page. It's Caitlin Richards, journalist. Or if you just look me up on Facebook, Caitlin Richards, it will direct you to that professional Facebook page. I'm also on Instagram. It's Kate B. Richards, and that's CAIT B. Richards. And Twitter, I think it's, I actually don't know what my Twitter handle is, but it doesn't matter because all I post on Twitter is bachelor memes.
Okay.
Memes.
Well, that's nice.
That doesn't matter at all, but Facebook, I have a professional page there. And of course, Instagram, those are my two most used platforms.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime.